Hi, everybody. This is Queen Keys Astrology, and I'm here with.
Mimi the Light Seer from Pisces Taro.
Hi, Mimi. How are you doing today?
I am doing good. And yourself?
I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. Everything has just been chaotic lately. So I'm just hanging in there. Okay, so I would like to know, how did you get involved with like tarot reading?
So honestly, I have always had abilities, spiritual abilities to read people.
Mhm.
It kind of kicked in. Well, I would say I've had this capability all my life, as far back as I can remember, at least till I was like about 13. I know for sure. I started like really paying attention to the dreams that I was having. But then it really kicked into a different dimension or a different element, like during COVID. And when everybody was at home, I spent a lot of time on the internet, as did everybody.
Mhm.
And I remember like just sitting on Clubhouse and I would talk to people, but I would like study their pictures and like different things would just start coming to me. And it was like tripping me out because I was like, where did that come from? Because like I just had like a knowing of things. And then it would happen to me in person. I was getting my hair braided one day and this lady was coming in and talking about like her pregnancy issues. And I was like, how did I know that she was having conflict? Like I just knew, right? And
Mhm.
so I said it to say I've always respected tarot readers. I would go like once a year maybe to go get a reading. But then like I had a situation to occur that I wanted to know more information about. And
Mhm.
so as I became curious, I was noticing how much money I was spending going to get information because it was like not saying like I was putting this person, like making this person a god. I was looking for clarity, right? I
Mhm.
had questions that I couldn't get tangible answers to, but they can help illuminate the path for me to really understand a little bit more about what I was experiencing, right? And so I bought some deck of cards on my own and I kind of like started familiarizing myself with it. But then it was like as I continued to go on that journey, I started to really realize, okay, like you can do this yourself. Like you don't have to do this. And like it's just a picture on a card, like you just still have to have some discernment and some type of intuitive reading capabilities to, I mean, surely you have to understand what things mean with the card, but the most important thing is to look at the picture. What is your spirit getting from looking at the picture? And so I just started asking people, could I do free readings for them?
Mhm.
And when I would do their readings, people would be like, oh my God, like, how did you know? And so, like, things would just, and they still do come to me. So, like, now it's more like, okay, I just do it just as a service to help other people who may not know where to go, how to go. I come from the most pure of intentions of places. Like, some people have dark energy, and everybody doesn't have a gift to see it. I do.
Mhm.
So, I know everybody's not supposed to be reading your energy with tarot. Like, you have to understand different people's practices and their beliefs and stuff. You don't want them playing with your energy like that. And so I know somebody can easily get upset and say, oh, all of it is divination, all of it is witchcraft or whatever. I personally don't see it as witchcraft because I'm not praying to anything. I'm not lighting it. I burn candles, but who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I'm not like lighting anything to manipulate anything. Like I'm literally sitting there in one with spirit and Holy Spirit and like, okay, God, talk to me and tell me what it is that I need to tell this person. So that's who my source of information is. That's not everybody else's source of information. So that's how I got into it. And I just make sure that I come with the educational perspective. It's not a judgmental spirit.
Mhm.
It's one of listen, child, we all been there before. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Everybody been a fool in love. Today, just your turn. Like everybody been stuck on stupid and parked and dumb. It's just your turn. Because that's true. That's the human experience to have feelings that you don't know how to express. You don't know how to capture the right emotion. You don't know how to label your feelings. You don't know what to do. I mean, if you are truly in a human experience with another person, you come to these moments and it's like, okay, yes, you're praying about it, but sometimes that answer doesn't give you immediate satisfaction.
Hmm.
And so they're just like, okay, what do you suggest I do with this? Or what do you have for me? And I'm like, this is what I'm getting, but you can take this information and pray on it and see what you get, you know? So that's what made me get into it.
Okay, so um I've been seeing a lot of people on social media going on and on about like clairvoyance, clairaudience.
I have
Like,
that. Hmm.
could you please explain to everybody like that don't know what that is? Could you please like
Sure. So I have five of the six gifts
Mhm,
naturally. Clairvoyant, I just know.
mhm.
Clairaudient, sometimes I hear. Clairsentient, sometimes I can sense. It's another one. It's about taste. That is the creepiest thing. You don't ever want that to happen because, honey, you'll be somewhere and it's like, why do I taste lima beans? Like, this is not me. And it's like, I don't even like lima beans. I'm telling you, that would trip you out.
Mhm.
And then it's another one. I can't think of all the Claire. I know what you're saying,
Mhm.
but I do see spirits. I have had real life experiences where I'll be sitting here and I just see like a dark shadow walking like on the
Most
side, and
definitely.
you feel, yeah, you feel like somebody's there, nobody's there. I have felt entities. I'm not scared of them because I be like, get out of here, like beat it, scrub, like, you know. And when I say entities, I'm referring to both good and bad, right? But because I know what it is, I know who I am, and I hone this in on my power, right? So I know, beat it, you know, get out of here, leave, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I have been out in public when I've walked past people and like I felt that cold, negative, dark energy. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, let me get away from this person, this person. Mm-mm. Like I said, seeing pictures like on the news when people commit crimes, you could just look at, I'd be like, they did it. Look at that. You know, nobody else sees it, but I see it in their eyes.
Mhm.
So yeah, but it's more so, it's a supernatural experience that people cannot describe other than you just have a knowing.
Mhm.
That's the strongest. You have a knowing. Like I told you about the lady with the baby. I just knew, and it was like, why would I even know that? This lady just braids my hair once every 6 to 8 weeks. Like I've never had a personal conversation with her a day in my life about anything to that nature, but I just knew, right?
Mhm.
Um, you hear things, you can see things in your third eye, if you will.
Mhm.
Um, I had an experience where I was talking to somebody and I kept seeing a red balloon and I kept saying, what's up with the color red? And she was like, oh, that's my husband's favorite color. So that way I was able to tell her who I was talking about because I kept seeing a visual of a red balloon. And I just thought that that was goofy. Like, why am I seeing? So a lot of times when you get these experiences, you may not know in totality,
Mhm.
holistically, what it is or who it's referring to. You just gotta express it. So sometimes you get like an urgency, and it's like, I'm sorry, I know you don't know me from Adam. I just need to tell you this right now, and this is what I'm getting. It's up, I don't know what this means. It's up for you to decipher. I have had people say, "Oh my God, my hair on my arms is standing up," or they just start crying because it's something for them. And a lot of times when I'm having those moments or those experiences, I can't even tell you what I told you because I don't remember. You know what I mean? It was just something that came through me and to you. And then like they'll be like, oh, you told me. And I'm like, what did I say? Like, tell me what did I say? And then that kind of like helped me jog. But a lot of times I don't commit it to memory. So it's not like I'm intentionally trying to like toy with you or pull on your heartstrings, you know, none of that. It comes from a genuine, authentic place.
Okay, so how do you deal with, okay, so with your everyday life, with everything going on within your everyday life, how do you deal with actually helping people as well as trying to keep yourself together? Like, how do you cope through that?
So a lot of a solo time by myself is imperative, and people don't understand because I can't tell everybody my gift, right?
Hmm.
Because not everybody respects. They're like, "Oh my God, I knew you was crazy. I knew you was a witch. I knew you was the mom." You know, like they'll start labeling you, right? So for me, I have to spend a lot of time alone.
Hmm.
I am perfectly fine being in my house with nothing to do and nowhere to go. Baby, I am in heaven. Okay. If I get bored, I get on TikTok, I get on Twitter where I can compartmentalize.
Mm-hmm.
When I go out my house and I have to deal with everybody and their energy, that gets overwhelming because I'm sensitive to where I feel the highs, I feel the lows, I feel the stress, I feel the negativity. Like if you come in and you walk past me, you don't speak. I'd be like, don't come in here with that funky mojo. I don't know that you just got into an argument with your boyfriend. I just feel the energy and the mood change. So I have to be sensitive to the type of music I listen to. I don't really listen to music with words a lot because that can make you high or low. I don't really like rap music no more, which is odd because I used to love rap. I can't listen to it anymore. It's noise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't go everywhere. Anything with a large group of people, like I have to mentally prepare myself for that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's too much going on, I just feel it's very hard to describe, but I feel chaotic inside. Like I'll be feeling unbalanced, like my energy is all over the place. It hurts my ears, not physically, but spiritually. Like I just be feeling like I'm cluttered, like it's a lot of noise. I can't really describe, but it's uncomfortable. And I just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna head out, like that type of thing. So that's how I manage, but I have started to share my gifts with my family and my friends
Mm-hmm.
so they know, but people who are external to that level of closeness or proximity, they may not know. They probably just think I'm weird, but I just like, I'm not going over there.
And I completely understand, especially when I agree when it comes down to like being out in the world and feeling everybody's energy. I completely last year when I went to homecoming, like I felt everything. I just broke down and cried because everybody was pretending that they was fine and it was not, and I just felt all of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I was so overwhelmed. I was so entirely overwhelmed. And I was like, oh my gosh. You know something? I just like looked at because it's a specific astrologer that I watch on YouTube, and she do like astrology reading for every separate zodiac sign. Mind you, my sun sign is Sagittarius, my rising sign is Sagittarius as well. So I'm a double Sagittarius, and my moon sign is Aquarius. So it's just a simple fact that I know for a fact, like I just felt all of that energy, that Sagittarius energy I felt. I
You're
felt
supposed to be free. You're supposed to be free without constraints,
mhm,
without boundaries. If that's what you want to do, you just want to do it. And you're all about the collective and being around people. But then it's also like, how do you navigate that without being overwhelmed?
mhm. And it's
You
so
know?
And that's why I'm always everybody be like, Kiara, why you in your room? Or like, why you don't want to hang out with me? It's just like I love the comfort of my own home. Like,
Because you guys are homebodies. You guys withdraw real quick.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I love
Y'all
the
like to be out. Y'all like to be seen, but y'all like to be at home.
yes, most definitely do because
Mhm.
that energy is just it just be energy in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what benefits can a person get from actually getting a reading?
So it depends on what your intent is, right?
Mhm.
So I do multiple readings. I have 25 different types of readings I can do.
Mhm.
Most folks always want to know about love. You can
Okay.
never go wrong with love. Like they want to know what's going on with me, what's going on with this person, so that's where I spend. That's really like my niche because my TikTok followers that follow me, that's what they come for. Like they'll ask me for personal questions and I do like personal readings and stuff too, but that's usually what they want.
Mhm.
And what makes it valuable is you get to get a glimpse as to what could possibly be influencing this person to behave the way that they're doing, the way that they're conducting themselves,
Mhm.
but to also give you some explanation for why you're behaving the way that you're behaving and what do you need to do to heal? Like, how do you move past this? And so a lot of times when I pull everything from scratch, so don't there's nothing prefabricated. Like they're watching me shuffle, and it's interesting because going back to your question about being clairaudient, clairvoyant, and clairsentient, I started telling them what this reading gonna be about before we even get there.
Mhm.
So it's funny because people who are very religious, they want to come in and they want to conduct. And I'm like, you know what? Stop it, I say, because before I even touched the card, I done said what I needed to say. We're just here for entertainment at this point. But it does give insight, because I can't tell you how many people say, oh my God, this is happening now, or that happened last week,
Mm-hmm.
or oh my God. And like I be telling them, be careful, y'all. You know, y'all need to go to the doctor, get yourselves checked out. You need to go get a pregnancy test. You need to, this person gonna start calling you. I'm gonna give y'all 2 weeks. Oh my God, they can't wait. Oh my God, that person start calling me. Oh my God, I was just right now, so it's like, it's a little creepy when you think about it from that space,
Mm-hmm.
but it gives you insight. You know what I mean? And again, that's not to negate one's personal relationship with God and prayer or anything else,
Mm-hmm.
but this is to give you insight as to what may be going on so that you can make an informed decision about how to proceed to move forward. How are you being triggered? Like, did you notice that this was a blind spot that you had? If not, then this is something that you probably need to work on. So it's beneficial from that perspective.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next question for you, what is the age group that you actually get, like from ages, what, the adolescents or the older adults? Like, what's the age range that you actually do readings for?
I focus on 18 and older,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that that's adult energy, adult consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people as older as 60, mid 60s, but I've had people that are older than that know. Like I have a teacher of mine, she's 81. And so I told her something about, she said, oh my God, my grandmother used to read tarot. And so, it's up to you. It's about you as an individual. Well, how open is your consciousness?
Mm-hmm.
Are you open? Because there's a lot of people like, nope. And some people just have negative dispositions. They think that is demonic, is calling in spirit, whatever. And it's like, honey, you don't see me doing none of that. None of that. Like, where did you get that from? Like if I hold up a car, oh my God, sis, don't do this. And I'm like, where did you get that from this? You know what I mean? Like, where did you help me understand? And sometimes I like entertain them, and then sometimes I'm just like, nope, not today.
Mm-hmm.
I do get up early in the morning, and like sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I do my readings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. I'm like, it's too early. It's too early. Like, don't come in here with that. And like, I literally have 100 to 400 people in my room at a time
Mm-hmm.
at that time of the day. Average is probably like about 125 at times. It just depends. Yeah. Yeah. But in the mornings,
Mm-hmm.
they'll come in until I don't call their elements, because I'll be like, okay, whose business is this? So I do all by elements. So if I'm talking about fire signs, they be like, no, it's not me. So I have to stress to them, you got to understand what all your placements are, because I could be talking about you and you not know. So don't run out just because you're a fire sign, not dating an air sign. You understand what I'm saying? So astrology does play a part with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have been just trying to make sure that I keep people informed as best as possible. Like, what does this mean for you, and how do you translate this energy into your experience? And I always tell them, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make a shoe fit that does not fit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about energy. Just because I'm saying he, she, they, them doesn't mean I'm excluding anybody from any other community, because I'm a safe space. So if you are in a woman to woman, female to female, however you want to define your relationship, or man to man, or however, that's not my business. I'm just talking about the energy that is here. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm a safe space. Like, I don't care. Some of the things you hear me say, I'm not judging the construct. I'm judging the behavior, the
Mm-hmm.
energy. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I'd be like, and they be like, but it's just fun.
Yeah. So, you said astrology does play a part. How could you entwine the two? Like, how does astrology how could you incorporate astrology into your readings?
Sure. So numerology is here. Okay.
Hmm.
Every suit has a number. This card that I held up, you probably can't see it really good. Let me get a better one. This card is a sword. Okay, this is a nine of sword, right, in reverse. Swords represents air signs, which is the collective of how you think and how you communicate, which is your Gemini, Libra, Aquarius.
Hmm.
Fire signs are represented by wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You
Hmm.
have your cups, which is water signs, emotions, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then you also have your I'm missing somebody right now. Pentacles, which is Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn.
Hmm.
So you have each element represented in the energy, okay, based on the suit. Then you also have numerology, where different numbers mean certain things. So in this instance, this is the nine of swords, right? So
Hmm.
this talks about fulfillment, attainment, right? It talks about fruition, but it also talks about things not happening because you're in reverse. So whenever you talk about the nine of swords, this is not never a good card, because if it's upright, this means that you're anxious, nightmares, not sleeping at night because you're frustrated that things are not happening for you. This is you all in your mind, right? That's why it represents that, because of the consciousness, the communications, the thinking, right? That's all governed by Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But when it's this way, that means you just can't wait for it to be over, like you're over it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but it still speaks to that same construct of that energy. But it's a combination of things. It's all about numerology. You have major arcanas and minor arcanas, which is something we haven't talked about. The
Mhm.
standard deck is 52 cards.
Okay.
Major arcanas are major life changes. So you have there is broken into three buckets.
Okay.
The first set of cards is your personal growth and changes, things inside of you that happen that shift the way that you think and how you show up. You
Mhm.
have your second batch, which is about how things that make you stronger and can require you to kind of like grow up and mature, lessons learned. And the last set is like overall transformation and how you completely show up in the world and how you're looking at the world totally different. So those are your major influences. And then those suit and number cards that I was telling you, what you call face cards,
Mhm.
those are minor influences. And now if you really want to hear something that'll like trip you out, the cards that you play spades with is also a form of tarot. So you may hear something.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So like when people come and judge, I'm like, if you go to the casino, baby, you play with tarot, because the original cards came from this. So just like you have face cards, you have suit cards, you do that in tarot as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. I understand now. That's interesting. That's new to me.
So so as a Pisces, right? I'm a Pisces sun and Mercury as well as rising. I'm an Aries moon, okay? But in card faces, I have two signs. I'm a five of spades and then I'm a five of hearts.
Okay.
Weird, right? Two different things. But that's where I fall. So, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not. That's where when people say they feel like it's demonic, it's like, I'm confused when you say that, because it's a picture.
Yes.
That's it. It's a
Mhm.
picture.
Yeah. And a lot of people do say it's demonic, but you can't tell me what's demonic about it. So how could you say that this is really demonic?
Yeah.
Just because it's not actually what you are being taught seriously, you want to criticize what somebody else is like believing.
Yeah. It's really, like you say, nobody can really speak to it. And it's one of those things where I was trying to cancel my TikTok because I'm gonna leave here in a minute. Um, it's really what it is that I think that people, when you talk about religion, this is just my opinion.
Hmm.
I think religion has put blinders on people and taught them how to not tap into collective consciousness, which we're all intertwined with one another. You know, even if you look at the 12 spiritual laws, you look at biblical scriptures, a lot of them mirror one another. So somebody could be like, oh, that's new age, you know, anything. But that's not what this is. You know, that's not what it is at all. And so I think the more curious you become, just like I told you yesterday, you know, astrology was in the Bible.
Mhm.
That's, you had a mathematician, an astrologer, and an astronomer. That's who the three wise men were. They weren't just looking at the sky, just mapping, you know, oh, what's that? Let me go see. No, they were studying the sky. That's why you had a mathematician and an astronomer, and they were calculating and doing things and writing things down. This stuff is nothing new. It didn't start in 1900s. This has been around for years. You understand what I'm saying? And just like hieroglyphics and anything else, so you have pictures and things like that that represent things. So it's just, I think it's just mysterious to people. You know, in my mind, when you say it's witchcraft, okay, I can understand that because you're taking something to aggregate something to manipulate something, right? I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you because I could put the cards down and walk away. But if I told you what I needed to tell you, if I was in church, you would call me a prophet. But because I'm just talking to you right now, you know, what I'm doing is wrong, right? And so I don't ascribe to that because honestly, when I was considering doing this as a side business, I definitely had my reservations. And when I kept praying about it, God kept showing me my Bible is right there. I read it every day.
Mhm.
You know, so when I kept reading my Bible, God kept talking to me about prophecy, you know, and his anointing. So if this is how God is getting his message for people who otherwise couldn't hear or maybe didn't hear or misconstrued what he was saying, you're hearing from him through me. And that's all I'm doing, you know. And if you feel like it doesn't resonate with you, cool. It don't have to. But the difference between you and I is I'm not coming to you beating you over the head because you don't want to listen. I just say, okay, to each his own. But don't come in here contaminating our good energy up in here with this negativity. You know, just move around. So that's how I feel about it.
Well, thank you for talking to me today. That's all the questions I have for you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.